Hi guys, namaste. I have decided to share something with you, something that I've been feeling pretty excited to share for a while. And I want to share with you on transcending jealousy and beliefs of jealousy. Jealousy is a very delicate subject because it's something that the ego tries to hide from you. Jealousy is just one of those emotions that it's very hard for most people to admit to, and it's very hard to sometimes identify, because identifying it and expressing it and owning it can make you appear to be lesser than the other person that you're jealous of. It just gives you this illusion that by feeling that emotion that you're admitting that you're not good enough, that you're not as good as the other person, or that you are lacking something, so somehow you're at loss or you're less than. And especially when you're in the face of the person or the circumstance that you're jealous of, it's also very hard to admit then and there and say, I'm feeling jealous and I'm feeling this emotion because of such and such. It can be really difficult because we believe that that negative emotion is going to be re-emphasized when we express it in that moment because we're already feeling low. So it's very tricky to recognize the emotion of jealousy, because I've noticed with myself, I'm a person that sort of as an empath and still having some empathic habits, I internalize things a lot. So when I feel that emotion of jealousy, initial my initial recognition is just sort of like going within myself, just sort of becoming withdrawn and reclusive, and just really feeling the emotion and that weird lack vibration. It's very tricky to identify it, and I've noticed that with some people it comes off as like an attack. They attack the person that they're jealous of because that person is possessing something that they are believing they don't have in that moment and can never have. So they attack that person because just seeing that person is just creating a negative feeling within them, and they therefore attack. So jealousy. What is jealousy? Jealousy is a believing that someone has or is experiencing something or is being something or is in a state that you can never have, be, or experience. And you feel that instant, that crush, that heartache, that tightness, that feeling the moment you experience it and you feel that emotion. And that's why it can also be very hard to admit to, excuse me, that's why it can also be hard to admit to, because you're almost you believe you're putting yourself more in a negative state when you admit to it, because now there's attention on you as being a jealous person, as being a bad person, and nobody wants to be that person in the group that is labeled as that. You most probably want to be labeled as angry, as sad, deflective, whatever it is, but jealousy just feels like something that is very, very hard to admit and hard to accept. And if you can't admit it and accept it, it's very hard to transcend that emotion. So what happens is you become in a cage to the jealousy itself, and the jealousy starts to have power over you. Your emotions are not meant to have power over you. You're meant to have power over your emotions because you are the one experiencing the emotion. It doesn't make sense for something that's just flowing through you that lasts a few seconds to have so much power over you. You're the one that's to have power over it because you're the one that's experiencing the emotion. You're the one that's experiencing it, and it's there to show you something about the moment, about yourself, about the way you're using your mind, your emotions, and the things that you believe, so that you can use it as a tool to transcend the lower version of yourself as you continue on this ascension journey. The more you ascend your low vibrational states, the more you ascend yourself, the better your life is going to be externally. So it's not really about doing the work on the outside, it's about doing the internal work. The more you do the internal work, the manifestations will come in the external reality to support the work that you're doing. So recognize the emotion when you feel jealous in any situation at all. Even if you're not aware of it in the beginning, you can always, when you're laying down in your bed, when you're trying to understand the things that have happened for the day, you're trying to understand yourself and certain emotions and things that have happened, you can be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself when you are with yourself, because if you can't be honest with yourself, you will never be able to ascend in this journey. You can't guide and direct yourself if you're lying to yourself. You're going to get confused, you're going to lose your way, and you're going to get lost. It can be very difficult to be honest about that kind of emotion, because the ego is going to do everything it can to protect you from the pain of admitting such truth that makes you appear to be weak and vulnerable. So you have to be honest with yourself at first. If you can be honest with yourself, you can clarify yourself, and then that gives you the strength to express it to others. So the first thing you have to do is acknowledge that you're jealous when you're going over the events. Acknowledge that you're jealous, be honest with yourself, appreciate the fact that you have recognized the emotion. Once you can appreciate the fact that the emotion came up and you recognize it, you are realizing that you are not the emotion. So if you are not the emotion cannot control you. The emotion is not going to be able to control you, so you're not going to react or act negatively when you feel the emotion of jealousy. You're going to acknowledge that, oh, I'm jealous, and then you're going to appreciate and say, wow, I'm capable of recognizing and acknowledging that. That means it doesn't have power over me, so it can pass. I can do something about it. So once you appreciate it, you also have to understand that what jealousy is that you are believing that something someone else has or is being or doing, that you cannot have that. That's just what jealousy is. That's what the belief is. And once you understand that and you appreciate your awareness of the emotion, then you can start the process of creation. What is the process of creation? The process of creation is lining up your vibration and lining up your energy so that it can be a match to what it is that you want to manifest. I prefer to use the word create. Manifestation just makes it sound like it's just showing up out of nowhere, but nothing's showing up out of nowhere. You're always creating your reality. So the process of creation is lining up your vibration, lining up your energy, lining up your thoughts, lining up your emotions to be a positive match to what it is that you want to create in your life. Now, if you've been watching some of my previous videos, you can refer back to some of my videos, like how to maintain your vibration, maintaining a high vibe during stressful times, and I describe the different steps into the creation process: meditation, appreciation, visualization, and scripting. These steps will help you clarify the beliefs and the vibrations that you're carrying that are negating what it is that you want to create in your life. Now, once you start practicing these habits, what will happen is it's going to become unconscious. You're going to naturally understand how it is to create anything you want in your life. So whatever it is that you've been observing this causing this emotion of jealousy, now that you've accepted it, you've acknowledged it, you're aware of it, and now you're appreciating it, now you can start the process of creation. You can start journaling and scripting on the thing that it is that you want, that you believe you're lacking. The more often you do this, the closer your vibration and your beliefs will come to the thing that you want. You can start meditating to slow down your negative thought processes that are making you believe that you cannot have this thing or be this person or whatever the case may be. You can start visualizing. The visualizing is going to improve the neural pathways that download and create the emotional state of someone that is already experiencing and having this thing. And the more you do that, the more you become, the more you experience the emotion of someone that is already having or being or doing the thing that you're jealous of, the closer you would be to feeling what it is like to have that thing in your reality. And the closer you are to it, whenever you are in the external world, living your day-to-day life, you recognize it. And the more confident, the more assertive, the more clear-minded, the more secure you are around it, and therefore it makes it easy for you to create it and have it be a part of your day-to-day experience. It's not magic, it's not that much of a science, it's actually pretty simple, but what you're learning to use is your own tools, your own inner tools, your mind, your words, your body, your emotions, and overcoming your own ego, recognizing your own ego, understanding your emotions, becoming more emotionally aware, being honest with yourself so that you can guide yourself accurately, and recognizing your flaws and the bumps in the road that are leading you away from the things that you want, the bumps in the road that are leading you away from who it is that you truly are, the negative beliefs you've picked up from media, from society, from your parents, from your peers, all those things that are making you believe that you are not a match to the things that you want. You can have, be, and do anything you want in this world. This is your reality. There's no reason to be jealous, but it's an emotion that we all experience at some point in our life, every single time. Now, the beautiful thing about jealousy is that it is indicating to you that there is a desire that you have, and that you have a negative belief around the desire. You have a belief of unworthiness, you have a belief of lack, you have a belief of lack of self, you have low self-esteem, you have some thoughts and feelings and beliefs that are hindering you from having the thing that you're jealous of when you're observing it or experiencing it. So it is a blessing to be jealous. You have to be able to get to that place of appreciating that emotion. It's indicating something to you. It's indicating a desire. Now, when you become a powerful creator and you understand how to create, and you understand vibration, and you understand how to use the vibrational world, you can bring that reality closer to you. So there will be no reason to be jealous. You can appreciate the emotion initially of jealousy and understand what it is communicating to you and use it for your own benefit. I love you. I hope this has been of vital use. I have been so happy to share this with you, and I hope those of you that are experiencing challenges with this emotion understand that there's nothing to be ashamed of, understand that there's nothing to be afraid of, understand that these emotions are just guidance, and the more you understand and acknowledge and are aware and use these emotions, the more evolved of a being you will be, and the more ascended you will be, and your emotions become a powerful tool for you to use to guide yourself in this wonderful dream, in this wonderful illusion that we call reality. I love you. I appreciate you. Keep being the powerful creators that you are. I am Goddess Green. Namaste. Mwah.